This video is a walkthrough of the website I created for our second year festival. As part of the marketing group within the Hub team, I volunteered to take on this task and was the solo developer of the website. The idea of the website was to be a place in which we could provide relevant information to the public, as well as a place to display and document each collective's work. I went through the process of buying the domain goolartfest.co.uk so the website was easily accessible and professional in appearance. Julian supplied an animated video of our title, which I upsized and enhanced to a higher resolution so it would be in higher quality and could immediately catch the eye of a visitor on the website. A blue ink and ivory sugar paper theme can be seen throughout the website to stay cohesive with the branding of our posters and flyers. The top left has our signature Gool font in the header, which can bring you back to the homepage with a click, with the right having hyperlinks to Falmouth University and the Poly to pay homage to our sponsors. Scrolling down is our catchphrase and a poetic version describing our festival supplied by the texts team. It was my aim to have the homepage clear and concise, and I deemed it relevant to have an explanation as to our festival's name for those unaware and to provide context for the public. Once again, I worked with the text team at the Hub meeting and then polished off myself the more literal and informative descriptor about our festival. The photos displayed on the website are a mix of my own photography with a digital camera, as well as another student's who I was in contact with, and the photos from each collective's Instagrams, which I either downloaded directly or requested from each collective or their Hub representative. Here are our posters and a listing of the events which took place over the 3 days, their locations, and a short description. In this section, I added each symbol of the collective and linked them to their individual pages respectively. Below, I also linked the festival's Instagram, which Julian, Asher, and I worked on and had access to. This page acts as a jumping off point to each collective and was necessary so we could group the collectives under one subcategory in the header menu. I edited the symbols so they would line up with our sun symbol and could be clicked directly. I made the decision to open the collectives page in a new tab so it would be easy to return to the previous tab and click on a different symbol to get more traffic across all 11 collectives. I uploaded the Gool font to the website supplied by Julian and used it for the titles and subheadings. Here's the page for Siphonosomnium, but each collective follows the same formatting for a cohesive and professional look across the board. You are immediately greeted with the group statement supplied by the collective to provide insight into their working process, themes, philosophy, and concerns. The gallery section shows documentation of both the final product as well as the initial process and also includes production pictures. The videography of Siphonosomnium's page was supplied by myself. After the exhibition was set up, I borrowed my friend's camera to take professional photography, documenting the outcome of each group, and for groups which required additional footage, I added in videos beneath. Felix supplied me with the audio files that play in the DreamPod, which I was able to upload so visitors to the website can have a more realistic experience. Then beneath the work is both an audio file and transcript, which I received working alongside the accessibility group within the Hub team. This was probably one of the hardest tasks, as there was more reliance on communication with the collectives, rather than being able to supply it by myself, and so I often had to send follow-up messages so we could get them all up before the day of the festival. I made sure to listen to each audio file to authenticate it lines up with the text I was sent, and occasionally I had to alter it so it would match up with the audio. I used an online volume stabilizer to balance the audio levels of the files supplied. 360 image files were supplied to me by the accessibility team as we discussed how those unable to make it to the Poly or community hall in person would be able to get a more enriching experience. I hadn't worked with 360 imagery before, but researched a way to embed it into the website by using the external webpage Memento 360, which I signed up for and then copied the link to embed it onto our website as a dynamic image. Ultimately, despite being the only one with access to the website, I collaborated with many subsections and members of the Hub team, as well as communicated directly with the collectives in order to create a fully functional and all-encompassing website representative of the diverse creations within our festival. The final on-display photos up on the website I documented with a professional camera, used secondary videos, and played a part in setting up the 360 page to reflect the viewer's dynamic experience of the live event. Running the Gool webpage on behalf of our year involved lots of troubleshooting, as I have never created a website on this scale before, and had to learn and troubleshoot a variety of difficulties I ran into, such as the header not formatting correctly across all devices, balancing the audio, working with 360 images, upscaling without losing quality, setting up the business email, contacting Wix's entrepreneur service, etc. However, as a result of my problem solving, I was able to develop a wider range of skills with relevance to running event, public service, and portfolio websites. I was able to develop my communication skills and gather further insight as to what it's like collecting media, audio transcripts, and statements from a variety of individual collectives.